marker added, and let's see what we can do, I guess. So, next Destinies, but without the Mewtwo involved. Let's see if anything interesting can come up here. Not from this hand, because I can't play this hand.
Alright, I'll take my mulligan.
Yep. Yeah, nothing too fancy in there, I guess. The level ball would have been quite nice, but yeah. Alright, number 7. Well, I can't play this one, so I mean, we will. Just what do we even start with? You probably. Yeah, just in case I get shuffle drawed, I should probably put a couple down. Alright, what would we like?
Heads, please.
Yeah, because N is a very real card that exists, so... Alright, starting off with a big guy, huh? Well, I mean, I have a few things, at the very least. That's cool. Yeah, let's go for Sage first here.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it kinda does. Off of that... I think we are going to go for... these... Does this seem alright? Yeah, it's probably fine. So... these two into hand, and then away is going to go Eviolite and Double Lightning.
Makes sense.
Seems pretty alright. We'll bench Zekrom. I will... yeah, we'll attach one to the Zekrom, and that will be that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried was just going to immediately come down here, but yep.
Pokemon Collector.
Yep. Yep. I can't really complain. I opened with double Tynamo, Zekrom, and a dude. Yep. Tornadus going back. I opened double Zekrom and double Tynamo, Zekrom, and Tornadus, so I can't complain too much, even if I didn't get the Thundurus that I would have liked. Yep.
Need to start getting that working.
That's fair.
And we will pass.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay, that's probably fine. Level Ball.
One of our fancy new ones.
Yeah. So any Pokemon with 90 HP or less, which in this deck is basically just restricted to the Eel parts, but I mean, hey, you really need to get them in play, so that's not exactly a bad thing, right? Okay. So there's that. So we have 1, we have 2, so that's pretty good. Pont.
Makes sense.
I opened Juniper in that hand as my supporter on turn 1, and then I drew Sage, and then I drew Pont, and I'm just like, I guess this is what I'm using then? Right, we can go Level Ball again. Grab ourselves out Tynamo. God, it feels so good to not have to like discard a million cards to do that, right? Or not even having to play the supporter to do that bit is pretty nice. Right, double Dynamotor makes sense here, so we will do just that. To go there. I do have an attach for turn, so we will be paying retreat here. It's just annoying because, like, obviously, Raging Hammer is a bit of a pain in the ass, but I mean, if you have to do that to take this out, I'm probably fine. We're gonna Bolt Strike here.
Put down a Pig Knight.
Yep.
want.
Ooh, okay, yep. Hand is not quite as strong. I mean, I did open relatively, you know, I say relatively well. I opened
that's
pretty
not going
well.
anywhere.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Yeah, I opened really well there, sorry. I was debating whether or not I wanted to catch her in one of the, Oh, yeah, that doesn't help. I was debating whether I wanted to catch her in one of the Tepigs, but I thought, nah, it's probably not worth it here. Like, I could have just gone for the catcher on the Pignite or something next turn, so... Yeah, my prizes had 2 catches, but other than that, nothing really too dangerous, so... I was pretty safe on that one, despite not starting my ideal lead here.
That's a good one, at least.
I don't know if I can say the same, but we'll see. What would you like?
Heads, please.
Yep.
Sage's training.
Okay. I still absolutely love this card. It's insanely cool.
That's an interesting one. Definitely preserve that.
So we only have one more set after this, and then we're losing quite a lot of the cool supporter cards. Like, we still got good ones, obviously, it's just we'll be very limited as to which ones we can use.
Rare Candy, Sage's training, energy retrieval.
Yep.
Double colorless and outrage.
Seems good to me. Alright. We will draw. So this is one of the potential flaws of me not actually having what's its face in here. I couldn't fit the plus power in the end, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe I could have taken the catcher out of here for it, but I thought the catcher would be more useful in the end. So yeah, a bit annoying here. We have Zekrom. Just thinking where is this going from here? Because I'm thinking I probably need to attach to the Zekrom, to be honest, and then I really hate doing this, but I'm gonna judge. Because my hand is fucking 3 catches and a lightning energy. Yeah, I kind of wish this was N in this spot, to be honest. This is the sort of test bit of going, yeah, N versus judge stuff. Really, N would have been a lot better here, but we'll see. There's potentially some stuff here. I don't know with this hand though. Dual Ball. 1 heads. Okay.
1 eel.
Yeah, 1 eel basically. Yeah, it's probably has got to be as well. We've got to establish that. Yeah, there's not really any other viable target off it. I just want to see what else is buried in here. Not looking good. Alright, we'll grab the eel. And yeah, bench down the Thundurus and that will be it. Go ahead. Really wish I could have actually been attaching to that this turn, but oh well.
Tornadus.
Yep. Seems good. God, can you imagine if Yuxi was still legal, by the way? Level ball for Yuxi.
We'll get a Tepig.
Yep.
Catch fire energy. Then we'll outrage.
Okay. Looks like I've caught you in just about the same sort of spot I was getting stuck in. Alright. Sure. Yeah, still not amazing. We'll attach 1 to the Thundurus. Yeah, I'm gonna level ball here. This really isn't great. think honestly, this is weird because it's like I probably should get Eelektrik, but honestly I think Dynamo is the better pick here. And that's gonna have to do it for now. Go ahead. This is why it should have been N instead of Judge, I suppose, but oh well.
Ignite.
Yep.
Add another energy to it, Night Rage.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes this does just happen where it's just like, no supporters, dead space happening. Well, I have the Eelektrik anyway. Go ahead. God damn it, dude.
Night Rage?
Yep. Alright. Do I even want to do that? That's so fucking stupid, but... No, go ahead. That's a very stupid one, but I...
Outrage?
Yep. This thing's gonna flamethrower me at some point, isn't it? That's gonna be very weird.
I'm hoping from the Flare Blitz, really, at this point?
Yeah, that would be the better play. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, we can actually play now. So the funny play was Eviolite. I was tempted to Eviolite Tornadus and just save it from
That seems
Outrage.
like a bad idea.
Yeah, it did. So, instead, Eviolite, I think, is going to go on the Thundurus instead here. And we finally, after like 6 turns, top deck Juniper. So, discarding the Super Rod. It's fine. We can junk arm it. We have the technology. Wowzers, that is...
going on here.
Wowzers, that is a... that is something that exists. Okay. Well, sometimes you've just got to do it, I guess. I'm going to pay double colorless to retreat here to the Thundurus, and we're going to charge so I can get a lightning energy out of the deck onto it.
Makes sense.
Just about makes sense. It's not great, but... Oh boy, yep.
I need it out of Bolt Strike range.
That is fair. That is very fair, because this is an aggro deck after all. Catcher is very possible.
Outrage?
For 0, yep.
Yeah. Is what it is.
It certainly is. Alright, Zekrom EX down, I might as well put it in. I couldn't bring myself to play the full art one, it was too ugly.
Fair.
Eelektrik down, and we will punt because this hand is very colourful, but also very stupid. So...
I mean, I'm not much better myself right now.
Yeah. Alright, so we will get a 6. Yeah, I can afford 2, I think. So... If I do this, then you can hit 80, but that is probably fine, and then I can start charging the bench. Yeah, we'll disaster bolt for disaster vault for 80 and discard my lightning.
Yeah, outrage for 80.
Yep.
There's no point.
Yeah, I'll just copy. So Judge kind of fucked us both over, it seems, in the end. That's seems about right, to be honest.
You just got stuck faster.
Yeah. Although fast was still like 5 turns later, so it's still awkward. But yeah, we will Sage here. Okay. Well, that's not what I want to see, is it?
Sorry, I'm late, food.
No. It's alright. I guess I'll take those 2. Pretty ugly, to be honest. We're getting rid of Judge, Junk Arm, and Catcher. So... yeah, not amazing, but I guess we'll make do. DC on the Thundurus. We will Dynamo to the benched Zekrom. And yeah, we will Disaster Vault for KO here.
Heat Crash for KO?
Yeah, it does. We've got 30 left, so down he goes. Considering on what to bring in. Looking at the way the hand is, probably just bring in Zekrom here. We will draw. I wish I could say that helped more, but I'm not honestly sure it does. Yeah, 2 DC down means I'm probably not getting strong Volt here. If I'd have Dynamoted to it last turn, maybe I could have gotten it, but at the same time, that would have been a bit of a risky play to do anyway, given the situation on my energy here, so I'm not really too fussed that way. I will double Dynamoted to the Zekrom EX though. Just looking at the rest of what's here first. We'll go Junk Arm pitching 2 dual balls. Yep, 2 dual balls here. To grab that Eviolite, I think. Yeah, because I can't put back DCs, obviously, so Super Rod is kind of pointless. So, might as well put Eviolite down here. 150 is gonna KO me even if I put it on the active, so we just won't bother. And I'm gonna attach anyway. And just thinking, is it worth doing anything else? Probably not. We will just Ball Strike here, yeah. Hey, there we go. So we both get 5. I actually did have Pont in hand, but I was like, I don't think I can really use anything else this turn, so I just won't. Yep.
Crash.
Heat Crash. Fly Blaze, yeah. So yeah, so it takes us all out. Just looking at the rest of the hand, it probably is you that's got to come in. You do have less retreat after all, and if we get Sky Arrow, that would be really nice. Dynamo down, Fundy down, and we'll Juniper. It's a bit of a whatever hand, yeah. I'm not really too fussed about that, but you know, we just want to get a bunch of the stuff out, and yeah, that does hit pretty much what I want. Dynamotors to the Zekrom. We will Sky Arrow Bridge to make our basic Pokemon have 1 less retreat. So we can get out. Yeah, it is fine just going after it. We'll just switch in and Glinting Claw for the KO here.
Heavy Ball.
Yep. There's the Giggy. Regigigas has hit the field. Oh boy, has he ever hit the field. Yep.
Tornadus.
Yep.
Nine things I cannot save this time. Heavy Ball.
Yep.
A sec. Yeah, we'll pass. Can't do anything about this.
Okay. We will draw then.
Actually, wait. No, I can't get it out. What am I thinking?
Yeah, it's got 0 retreat right now, so do you want to get it out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, Sky Arrow is reciprocal, so that's why we play this Tepig currently, because it only has one retreat. Right, so let's go ahead and level ball here. Grab our eel. So we get third eel down. I only have one Dynamotor available this turn, but that is fine. At least right now. There's a possibility I could do more of it, but we'll see. Thundurus will get the energy there. Is there anything else I want to do with that, is the question here. Probably not. Okay, so we can leave that. That Goober is going to be a bit of a problem if I leave him unattended, isn't he? Let's go for it this way. I'm going to put a second lightning on the Thundurus. We're going to catch her in the Regigigas. Okay, yeah.
I wasn't hitting what I needed.
That's fair. I was only going to Glinting Claw that turn. I wasn't going to go for the Stronghold in case you DC Raging Hammered me or something, but, you know, it was one of those of, I kind of want to make sure that I don't go overboard with it. Yeah, I priced only a couple of supporters. I priced 2 Sky Arrow Bridge, apparently, so that was rough on the early game, but, yeah, 2 games with this deck and 2 starts with Tornadus instead of Thundurus. Feels bad, but, you know, it is what it is. I feel like I should be playing N instead of Judge in here. I mean, I know it hurt you as well, but I think I need to steal your N to put in this deck instead of Judge.
Yeah, I suggested it mostly because I didn't think we were going to be behind on prize or anything like that.
I mean, the bad scenario is when you start with it, and it's just like that's the only supporter that I have, and it's just, well, if I just don't get another draw, then I'm fucked. Right? Whereas N, I know N gives the opponent stuff too, but it's giving them, you're getting like 6 cards of your own, so you've got more chance of keeping your supporter stuff going if you get it at the start. And then late game, it's this deck does tend to trade a bit more than you might think, just because Eelektrik is, you know, not the sturdiest of guys, right? So they can get captured in very easily, and prizes get traded that way, and the opponent can actually go below the 4-card stuff without necessarily like that much issue, but yeah. So that's that basically at the moment. Who's gonna play Pepper then?
I'm up for trying to get a start with this at work.
Yeah, go for it.
I need promoting.
Yep.
No, be my guest on that one. Do you want me to move color then?
I'll head over.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were going to move my color for me anyway, so...
I will in a sec.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Kept breaking and testing, so I hope this works better. I still don't feel great in this one.
Well, that's an impossible start, Fred.
That's what.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bye.
At least we both mold.
Yeah, it's...
And again.
Oh no, I got.
No, you've got one.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing too fancy, just too many supporters and no Pokemon to play.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah. Sometimes it does just happen, but it really does suck when you get that many.
Right, heads or tails?
Heads.
First things first, no.
You know what? That's fair. That is completely understandable.
And tackle for 10.
Nah, no Mewtwo this week, Aragi. Not this week, this session will probably be, if we are playing Saturday, that's when the Mewtwo one will come in. The idea being,
Attach, rescue, pass.
the idea
tackle.
being.
Tackle, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. Does this guy have an
Yeah,
attack you
forgot
could
this.
use?
Yeah, I just forgot because it wasn't covered in them.
Right, because you're playing a different one from what we were looking at before.
So you're just training.
Yeah, that end may have put me in trouble. That end.
6 cards shuffle something when at the very start of the game isn't necessarily the greatest, is it? When you've not had a chance to play anything down.
Gigas, Tepig, Junkard.
Oh, wow.
Catch fire energy, and we will roll out for 20.
Oh, the disrespect.
It's damage.
Yeah, if there's a Darmanitan
He
here,
is.
then you might well be fucked.
Darling, Pokecom, Darmanitan, Candy.
Okay.
Darmanitan. Patch Psychic.
Yeah, then I'll reset this one then. There's a very little chance that I survive that.
Yeah. Good old Max.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the rescue energy yet, but let's see how it goes.
Alright, take one.
Wow, you have not been having any luck with this in the thing we just now, huh?
I have to find the other end.
Oh my god!
Mulling for days.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Like, we did put basic Pokemon in this deck.
Fire energy. Pond. Tornadoes. Pignite. Pass.
That's a very small Pignite, but yeah,
Parcel.
I'm being a shitter. I'm being a shitter, I'm sorry.
Like that. I think I'm going to do more basics because I think.
Smear.
Smuggle, Routes, Diamata. Darmanitan.
I was gonna say, what's a Diamata?
That wasn't me getting the pronunciation. I had my tongue not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mine isn't playing nice right now either, don't worry about it.
On Darmanitan and pass.
Pont. Eviolite. Tepig. Fire Energy. Pass.
Dead.
Eviolite's weird in this matchup, isn't it? Because like if 4 heads get hit, it doesn't matter, but if any less than 4 heads gets hit, then it actually matters quite a lot, doesn't it?
It also protects me from Gigapower. So
Yeah,
Gigapower's always 80.
that's the important bit, isn't it? Yeah.
Darmanitan. Attach. Earlier. Darmaka. Bikini. Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Portrait.
Get fucked.
I think I kind of expected that. At least I now know you're on a brick.
Yeah, you're also dead.
Taking one for the team, Smurgle.
Is it?
Who says Smirkle's taking one for the team? You saw that catcher.
Oh no.
Ah, dear.
Another pig. Fire Energy. I think I need to take in that Curlia before it starts causing issues.
You know, it's
Yup.
Yeah, we're gonna Gigapower and take that KO.
Good
Sorry.
night. Good night. I see, now that's the weird thing, isn't it? Is you know that hand was dead beforehand in terms of supported stuff. What's one extra card gonna be? Like, 2 no, because you know the other card in hand before was Candy, right? So the Tepig's been played for turn. This is weird.
Do you trust that I got a supporter?
my hand makes it even weirder.
Yeah. Yeah, Darmanitan, Gardevoir, Victini, that is indeed a deck. One of the decks of all time, we could say.
We are going in with a beat. Darmanitan! Let's go with no.
Oh!
Better.
You know, the worst part about that is it is probably not even gonna matter.
And
Because if any energy gets picked up here,
my
you...
hand.
Yeah, same hand. It was just end
for
candy.
fuck's sake. Pain. Fortunately, I didn't hit an energy. Gigapower for 80.
Okay.
You still need to hit 2, right? So...
Yeah.
But I guess really just depends where we want to go from here.
XP share.
Oh yeah, it's the first time I've seen the XP share in the thing with it there, so it had to load the symbol for it real quick.
Yep, different art for different name.
Well, yeah, because it's a different effect as well, really. The Experience All does taper off.
Stage.
That is the thing with Sage, isn't it?
This is a very interesting one.
Junkam, Experience Share, and Pont discarding, huh?
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Darmanitan. Hatch. Darmaxiton. Let's try this again. Let's try.
Oh, that is twice that you have had the flick on. This has not been like a settled coin immediately. Oh boy.
Super Rod.
Yep, 2 fires in the Gigas makes sense.
Pont. Catch her in with the one without energy. Pass.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you do end up having to go down that sort of route, unfortunately.
Collector. Round 15 Darmaka.
The whole family's here.
Yep. Psychic Fleet active. And pass.
Siege's training.
Two fire and an Eviolite.
Heavy ball. Ignite.
The pig.
Hurricane.
Maybe?
Yeah, like GLC grass decks using Genesect, so the Shining Genesect, right? So you do more damage with the grass energy that's on you. They have a wild jungle totem as it is, but
In a route.
they have a Venusaur that does the same thing as Gardevoir here in expanded format.
Gardevoir. Candy. pod. Back on the active. Oh, I can't beat this head. Yeah, he's dead. So I'm maxed on for 4. Reflip.
Oh my god! Every single one! Oh, wow. I mean, sometimes you just have the luck, what can we say?
I knew that was a risk, to be honest.
Every ball.
Yeah, that was bullshit, I would say. I mean, I guess, what is it exactly, a 50-50, right? Because, or is it less than that? It's less than that, isn't
It
it?
was about that because if I was just going for the free, like from that point when I knew I had 2, it was a bit. It was like 30% for the KO.
So you just
So
training.
like in my mind, I was unlikely to get 0, and 1 and 2 were pretty similar to me, so I took the reroll chance.
Inferno Fandango. E-Crash.
Okay, XP share pulls this back.
Actually, wait a sec. Should I E-Crash? That.
Hang on, I'll prepare board state.
Sorry. Think. No, I need to stop you from doing this. Junk Arm Catcher, bring in Victini. Kill the Victini.
Okay.
I can respect it.
No, the issue is this thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm winning from this point. You got set up and I didn't.
Yeah, DC was the only card in hand, so it's basically just how many coins would you flip off it.
I
And
got
you...
my other XP share as well, which made things even nastier.
Yeah, no, you would just attach the energy. Yeah, I did spot this a little bit. It's kind of mean. No, you would just put the energy on the Darmanitan there. You've got 8 flips to get 3 coins. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I can't beat your coin luck.
Yeah, that was the thing in that one, that's for sure.
You had to go and ruin it, didn't you, last coin?
Big oof.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, shit happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I ended up dropping the Mega. I just ended up needing more supporters in the end.
Yeah. Before we do go into that, do you want to play anyway? Since we're really not very far in time-wise. I know Sai's not got the world of time to play with today, but
You know, cool for me to go to. You know.
I mean, yeah, I guess I will just go for that then. Yeah, because we're like 45 minutes into stream at the moment, so I mean, we can play as well as try and see how it does against something that isn't a stage 2. Right, I'll get my stuff out then, see what we have. We do have a guy, so yeah, okay, that's fine. We will get our mole draw.
Die! Yes, it's spreading!
Well, tough shit.
Yep. I will actually bench this one.
hits.
Yep.
And on top.
For the third game in a row, by the way, I've started one of my 2 Tornadus instead of the 4 Thundurus, but, you know, such is the way.
Sage.
Yep.
Energy and a.
Ooh, okay. It's always rough seeing energy get hit the bin in a deck that doesn't excel from discard.
Attractive.
Yep.
And do a 10.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fresh marker, I might as well put it down. Alright, we will draw. That's pretty funny. Alright, level ball. Really liking the fact that this card exists now. Just... Oh, not liking that, however. Oh boy. That is what we in the business call bullshit pricing. Okay. I am gonna fail that search. I'm going to dual ball before I go out the deck though. Alright, and we will grab the Thundurus. Yeah, it's not great. I think I will also go for the Sage here. Okay. Grab that. Grab that. So, to the bin is going Juniper, Lightning, and Thundurus. So, oh, that's not gonna work. Have I not got my hand freaking clicked properly, game? You're gonna be a stupid thing about it.
Oh, you just hover and press R.
I don't know why it was like normally the highlight thing works fine, but whatever. Lightning on the Thundurus, play switch to get to the Thundurus, and we will charge. For lightning out of the deck. Yep.
Stage.
Yep. Yeah, I'll try and remember just to do the shortcut that way then, rather than highlighting the hand first. The fact of you having to think about it a little bit means I might not get blown up on turn 1. This is not bad for me then. Or turn 2, I should say. I did go second, so... Smeargle, Experience Share, another energy going. Rip.
Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Free energy back.
Yep. That's pretty good. Bit of a shame to have to do it that way, but... I mean, hey, you could jog on Rod back later, it's fine, right? Just not the prettiest thing out there.
Protocol. Darmanitan.
Yep.
Gardevoir.
Yep. Seems good.
Candy.
Yep.
Darmanitan.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, just have it all. Of course. Going first with a God combo. Must be nice.
And Darmanitan. So you win.
Yep, we certainly do. Alright. Level ball. We will grab ourselves out Eelektrik.
Huh.
Wasn't really any point in getting that first turn, right? So we'll do that. Junk Arm, discard Juniper, and Super Rod for the dual ball. So we'll. Oh, pfft. Wow, the highlighting is not working too well there. Whatever, doesn't matter. We'll use the dual ball. Okay. Seems okay to me. Just grab out Zekrom. So we'll Dynamotor to the Zekrom. We will attach one here, and we will last card Juniper. So get our first 7. Catch a Gardevoir Disaster Vault.
Let's see.
I figured your hand is relatively low, so you might not have the switch here.
Catch guard. Ont.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm forcing you to attach there, it means you're not attaching to the thing you actually want to, so...
Pokémon.
Yep.
In Gardevoir.
I might not have been the right player, but I probably also should have... Well... I wanted to attach to the Tornadus, but it probably wasn't the right play anyway.
Marker.
Yep.
Eelektrik, that's nice too.
Yep.
We'll hit the button.
Oh, you lucky fucker. If that was me, that coin would have stayed flat, and it would have been a 4 tails. You fucking lucky piece of shit. Whatever. I guess we'll go this for now. Dynamotor to the Zekrom. Get an Eviolite active here. Where are we at? Yeah, there should be enough ways for it. DC to the Zekrom and N. Sorry, I should bench Thundurus first so I thin my deck out a little bit more. Still gonna N, it's just, yeah, I should bench the Thundurus before I do that, just to maximize the chances I get what I want here. Sky Arrow. Dual Ball. Dual Ball. I was gonna say, of course you fucking flip again. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not even sure how much I actually need that one here. It's just get it out of the hand a bit. We'll get the EX down. or into the hand, I should say. I'm not going to bench it yet because don't need to give you more catcher targets, right? Sky Arrow to here and Bolt Strike.
Pokémon in a Darmanitan.
Yep. Yeah, I wanted to EVO like this, but I wasn't confident I was actually going to hit everything there, so I don't know. It does open up a bit of RNG here, but yep.
Capturing the eel.
Sure.
That's psychic active. EXP share on the Gardevoir because desperation. And Synchro draw.
Sure, so shuffle draw 5. And we will draw. Okay, seems reasonable. Zekrom EX down, Dynamotor to the Zekrom EX. Manual attach to it. Capture the Gardevoir and go ahead.
A dual showy legendary.
Mm-hmm. I know you can get out just a little bit easier, but I'm also forcing you to burn energy that you want to play on the Dom. So
Collector.
yep. Yeah, my problem is I've already had to get rid of a couple of Junipers to discards early because I just drew all of them in the starting bit, so we'll see.
I did my Smirgle earlier. I was thinking about rodding it back in, but no, I don't think I want it. No, I want this. Bikini, Daru. Route. Show Daru. Switch to Ralph.
Okay. Okay. He will draw. Interesting enough. Right, where are we on the count of everything here? So only one catcher, no junk out gone, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We will Dynamotor last one to the Zekrom EX. DCE retreat to Zekrom and Outrage for 60.
Strike on Darmanitan.
Yep.
Pass.
Okay. We will draw. Dynamo. It's an interesting spot to find ourselves in here. The temptation really is there. Can I afford to give the time? Probably, because this guy is dead easy to get back in. Sky Arrow, pay 1 to retreat to the Thundurus, which we will attach to. Dynamo to back to the Zekrom, and we will charge. Zekrom, I think, is too valuable a piece to just waste on this. Yep. We will draw. Okay, now I don't know. That is a very intriguing draw to have here. Yeah, capture the Gardevoir, and we'll Outrage KO.
GG with this current method.
I'm thinking that significantly puts you off of having enough energy in play here. This is why we still play DC. Yep. Yeah, this is why we still play DC in this deck.
Out.
Yep.
Yeah, I think GG. I'm gonna try and play it out, but go for 2 heads.
You got it. Alright. This goes down. I mean, we have 0 retreat, so I should probably put in the Fundy just to be like proper, but who cares about being proper here? We'll Dynamo to the Zekrom, which we will switch to Eelektrik, so we'll Dynamo to the Thundurus. Dynamo down and Strong Volt for the 150 KO.
Reset on this. Actually, no, I should go for my route because it's Sky Arrow.
Yeah, Sky Arrow, so or Victini, one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, so scoop it up there.
Yeah.
I do fuck all.
I prized fucking 3 of these pieces of shit. I had 2 level ball. I had 2 level ball and the dual ball in my opening hand, and I prized fucking 3 Dynamo. What the hell?
Well, 2 more cards by on break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, I was quote unquote bricked, but I can play off a board when I actually have enough stuff down, and that's a huge plus for this deck.
I had awkward hands, so I couldn't get down markers early without throwing them away without mixing them apart instead up because both my first supporters were stage, and it was really awkward.
Yeah,
and the stage set up my Gardevoir and.
Yeah, and like even on this next turn, it's like if I didn't top deck the energy, I would have just paid retreat because Sky Arrow makes it a 2 retreat cost, right? So I would have just paid retreat, gone into the Fundy so I could do some stuff, and I had double Dynamo to triple if I evolved this one actually, because I did bench it last turn and I had Eel in hand. So I had all the Dynamo that I could just get my thing back. I may be going a little bit too greedy on the top end attackers in this deck, which is, I'm only playing 1 each of the Zekroms. So maybe that's a little bit greedy, but it was maximizing the Thundurus, which for the record, I didn't start at all today. 4 Fundy and only 2 Tornadus, and I started Tornadus every single game, so sucks to be me. But yeah, no, it's a straightforward idea. We saw the idea with this one as well, obviously. You have the Gardevoir doubles your energy attaches stuff here, and that basically just means that your Darmanitan gives you 1 psychic energy is 2 psychic energy. You flip all the coins for it, and this can get one-shots in very silly situations. with Victini being able to reflip it as well, it lets you more reliably do it, as we saw today. So, yeah, really my stress in this one again was pricing fucking 3 Dynamo.
Yeah, I was thinking about pressing your reels, but by the time the opportunity came up, it was just, I just thought, there was no
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Maybe it was very interesting not putting the Eviolite on the Zekrom. The obvious logic was that I wasn't expecting to get an attack that turn, because I needed to find like either a Junk Arm off the end to get my switch, or I needed to find the Sky Arrow, because otherwise I wasn't getting an attack with Bolt Strike that turn. So the logic was that, well, if I attach it to the Tornadus, because it had chip damage on it from that tackle for 10 at the start of the game, right, that meant you had to flip an extra heads in order to do it. And I thought that would be less likely than, you know, like I would have to stay in with this. I thought it'd be more likely that was going to happen than me actually getting the attack that turn.
With the catcher in hand, I was going to try and snipe Zekrom away, because Bolt Strike just kind of murders this deck.
Yeah, it does.
HP stage 1s right now.
Yeah, Bolt Strike is very good still. And yeah, like I say, maybe this is too greedy, but I wanted to maximize the chances of having a good start here. And I mean, it's fine.
You need to make this fine.
Maybe. I mean, Super Rod tends to be not for lightning energy, right? So you can usually use the Super Rod for Pokemon to get them back. Yeah, I mean, it might seem a bit awkward, but it's like, yeah, Super Rod the Zekrom and get like Dual Ball going for it is not exactly that bad. So it felt alright.
Well, I don't like, I think the consistency feels clunky. It doesn't feel like it clicks right now, because I can't get the Gardevoirs with anything that can get the Darmanitans with except Pokémon.
Yeah.
But I need some of the basics as well, so my collectors are already stressed. Which is why I'm only on 1 Smeargle.
Yeah. And the frustrating bit about this deck as well, looking at it, is only 8 supporters that can draw cards, right? Is the
where does the space come from?
Yeah, I know. And I mean, this is
I can give up these Super Rods, but I'm just between the stages and just things dying.
Yeah.
Energy's also feeling a bit nasty. Maybe it should be another sidekick. This is kind of an I'm not sure slot.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it feels like you still should run DC in here, because what if you just can't get Gardevoir, right? Is one of the bits. It's like, if you don't get Gardevoir, your coin tossing is dismal. DC is still mandatory in here, I think.
Yeah, I probably should have done that. Yeah, I just didn't really think about that at the time.
No, I get the idea, and it's like experience share. Obviously, you might think, oh, I need to use the experience share and just lean into that a lot more for it. But I think you really do still need to just play 4DC in here, because that gives you much more burst potential if this is not present. And
maybe I just want to go more ham and have Junipers instead.
It's possible.
But that means if I don't find that first turn collector, things can get jammed up very quickly.
Yeah.
If I don't find early down markers, I've got nowhere to put my energy, nowhere to put my experience share. I need to get the Gardevoir going as well.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
Stuff that needs to actually do. And it doesn't have the linking consistency tool to do it. Ultra Ball would help this a lot, I think.
Yeah, it probably would do.
Let me press a lot of these slots. I might still run Collector in that case, but I'm not sure. It might just be Dual Balls then.
It's interesting, isn't it? Would you even run Dual Ball instead of Level Ball at that point as well, if you're looking at it more for the basics? Because it's basics plus the one curlier.
Yeah.
It's basics plus 1 curlier, right? So
yeah, Level Ball works for
yeah. So that seems reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I didn't have to play Collector in this deck for once, right? It felt a lot nicer, even though I know there was like a 2 tails in there, but I did flip a decent number of the things with it, and it's just, well, you know, if I run the Dual Balls, that means I just play a little bit more in the hard draw department, and my Level Balls get my evolutions anyway, so, you know, it's like I don't need to run Pecom in this deck, and Dual Ball gets all of the basics I'd want to get. I don't have that many Pokemon in here, like, I only have 15 in total, which, yeah, I know you're playing 4 PCOM at 17, but that's because you've got a lot of evolutions that you need to get in here.
Nothing else gets both Darmanitan and Gardevoir line,
Yep.
which is awkward.
Whereas I literally only need to... I mean, my level balls are for 7 targets in here, right? But it's just like, the target is an evolution as well. So I can use a dual ball to get it if I need to for the Dynamo, but I can also just level ball for either part of the line, which works so well. This deck does potentially have a little bit of trouble if it doesn't go first per se, because you really want that turn 1 charge for pressure, but it's not like insurmountable if you don't go first. It's just, yeah, there would be quite an advantage if you did get that flip in your direction, or, you know, if you fucking started Thundurus with help. But, you know,
that's broken.
What's that, sorry?
Just run Sableye.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, so, there's funny stuff talking on what would be busted if it was still in format right now. Broken time space with Shiftry. Ha! Would be like, oh god, no. With a turn 1 Seeker as well.
Gen 6 expanded calls.
Yeah, except, well, no, yeah, because, no, I mean, the fact of,
space.
yeah, but it's like Seeker is the other thing that we have that makes it so much easier as well, because you need 1 fewer Giant Fan for that. But anyway, yeah, this deck's super straightforward. I know it's another Eel deck. Unfortunately, a lot of this era does kind of come down to this. There are a lot of decks to play, but you know, like a lot of the decks we haven't shown are item lock based stuff, which we are still going to see some of, but I didn't want to be the guy. I couldn't stand being the guy that would just be playing item lock every single round from here, even if it is a different flavor of it every time, you know, like the Truth versus the Gothitelle stuff versus, you know, that fucking Cinccino Hypno deck or whatever bullshit you want to go on with that. Like, you could do it and it's fine, but I can't. I can't play item lock that many times in a row, right? Even if it is different. There's only so many times I can stand doing the same shit with it, and it is still very fragile in the setup phase as well if you don't get, like, I mean, you've seen it with this, right? But imagine this, if this guy, this little lady was 30 HP, and this guy was 40 HP, right? That's effectively what we're dealing with on it. And it's just like, oh no, don't like.
At least these guys are bigger.
And you can't often play stuff like Level Ball in that kind of deck either, because once you item lock yourself with Vileplume, then you're all of those items are dead for you. So where's the balance going to come in, right? So your setup is always going to be slow. And yeah, to kind of meander back around, Eels was one of the best decks of the time for in various flavors for a very good reason, mostly because it just plays off the board, right? N might not have been that prevalent in comparison to what it would be later on, but it's still present in most decks and present in at least 2 count. Normally 3 is a sort of bit. Very rarely is a 4-of, actually, I found. But people were finding it wasn't as effective as a 4-of right now because we just have other supporters that we want to play, right? And, you know, giving the opponent 6 at the start of the game wasn't always what they wanted to do. But a devastating end to 1 near the end of the game can absolutely screw you over if you haven't got an established setup on board. And something like Typhlosion, or in this case Eelektrik, because it's cheaper to get out, is very strong at being able to play it off of the board, and you don't actually have to worry about, you know, top decking your next supporter for 10, right? It's not excessively difficult to set up. It has some very good attackers to go with it too. Clearly, if we were in the regular week, I would have probably played Mewtwo instead of like one of each of these, I think, and we would have been doing that. Yeah. And yeah.
Show us to them.
So it's like, yeah, this deck clearly has a lot going for it in terms of just being able to speed through what you want. And the introduction of Sky Arrow Bridge does nothing but help it as well, because suddenly your Dynamos, if they get stranded, or you start with one, now that's a 0 retreat guy, so you can get to what you need to. Your 2 Genies here, also 0 retreat. We saw the 1 retreat on the Zekrom come in that game as well, because I could just get out to the Thundurus and dynamo to back without too much expense paid. And it would have helped if the game went on beyond that last Stronghold too, because I would have just paid my 2 energy to retreat my Zekrom EX, dynamo to both of them back, and I still would have been attacking with like Disaster Vault that turn, I think. So I still would have had what I needed to do. Like, Sky Arrow is insane. Really is so good here. Don't know why they decided... Oh.
Actually, they
What's
all
that?
have 2 retreat.
Yeah.
Not the one that's heavy ball searchable.
Yep.
So I can't run Sky on myself in this.
Yeah.
I got one Smurgle to search target again, but it's...
Yeah. Smeargle with Sky Arrow is incredibly good too. Like, I was initially going to run it in here, but I think I swapped them out for like the 4th Tornadus, and no, 4th Thundurus and one. Felt like fucking 4 Tornadus today, let me tell you. The 4th Thundurus and 1 more Tornadus is what I ended up subbing them out for. But I easily could see Smeargle being really good in here still, just because I don't have... 10 supporters is fine. 10 supporters is about what we're expecting to see in the future going forward. There are decks that play like 8 supporters because of Random Receiver, but most of those do often play Sableye as well, so it depends what you want to consider there.
Basically a supporter.
Yeah, it pretty much is, and yeah, it's the sort of one that you don't want to play too many different supporters for it as well. Like, I think I'd have to seriously consider whether or not I even want to play Pont in here if I had Random Receiver, because you want to make sure it's as consistent as possible in hitting the supporter you want, right? So you really don't want to, like, you don't play one-off supporters with Random Receiver, for example. So yeah, but anyway, that's next set. We've still got a little bit to go before that. Yeah, sorry it's another Eel deck, because I don't want things to be like too sick on this before we get to Ray Eel, because that one is awesome and I really want to play that. But at the same time, I could not think of anything else that wasn't item lock that would actually be like reasonable, considering we were seeing basically the new cards from the set from Mewtwo in the Regigigas CX already with the Emboar stuff, and then the Gardevoir Darmanitan stuff here was already taken before I even started considering what I was going to build. So there's not a lot in this set that is like a build around per se, other than the EXs.
If you took this, to be honest, because I was looking at some of the Eels, but yeah, I couldn't think of anything more interesting than just Tech and Zekrom.
Yeah.
You can't run more than one of these guys, really. He's not that good.
It's interesting, but yeah, I mean, you could base the deck on it if you played a lot more Switch and whatnot, because you could tag between 2 of them, right? With 2 Eels in play, you can get the energy back per turn, so if you played a heavier Switch count than I do, you could probably do it, but it wouldn't necessarily be that great.
You know, Seeker at that point to heal them, I guess.
Which is reasonable. Yeah, that's actually reasonable as well. Because the thing with Zekrom, and like Reshiram also suffers from this a little bit, 150 is great against the 1 prizes, but it doesn't beat the 2 prize stuff. And like, that's a problem, you know? It's doing not enough to the other 2 prizes means you're in a 2-hit KO war, which they do better than you because they don't discard their energy. So, although...
It's not in plus power range either.
No, it's not. You triple plus power for that. This kind of number gets a lot better when Laser Bank is a thing, but that's not for quite a while yet, so...
Yeah, Laser Bank will make that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the 7th set of this era is... Yeah, because it's Dragon's Exalted. No, it's the 8th set then. Like, Dragon's Exalted is the 6th one, right? Because we've got Black and White base done already. Yeah, so Dragon's Exalted, then Boundaries Crossed, and then we get Laser Bank in Plasma Storm, whatever.
5, 6 for Exalted, then there's Dragon Vault, I don't know if that counts.
We're going to be playing that with Exalted because it was released before Boundaries Crossed, so there's so little. There's one card in there that's like meaningfully different.
I think some are reprints as well.
Yeah, there's a reprint of Super Rod and Experience Share in there, which was cool because they were rarity bumps, right? Get a nice shiny version of Super Rod.
Yeah, all holo packs, so...
Yeah. And the Rayquaza, the secret rare one from Dragons Exalted, is in there as a regular card as well, so that was much easier to get hold of. And yeah, it's not until Plasma Storm that we get Laser Bank. But at that point, 150 starts looking a fair bit better. Maybe not Zekrom though, because Blastoise is a thing by then, right? So you probably just do it easier with Blastoise and something else alongside that, rather than using Zekrom or Reshiram or something for it. But who knows? Yeah, it's just frustrating though, right? Because it's not quite there to do one-hit KOs on other EXs. To be fair, and this is probably in their favor, none of the EXs are in that range, right? Like, you could say, oh, but Shaman, only if they're at 1 prize, right? And it's 110 HP, so if they don't end the game with that attack, then you're winning next turn, right? So, yeah, like, it's probably in the design favor that, like, all the EXs don't really kill each other, with the one obvious exception of the one that we didn't play today. And that's gonna have to come in next time. Oh boy. It's funny because, like, the deck types, there are a lot of different decks that can get played, but like all of them basically have to have the Mewtwo in there. And if they can't really facilitate the Mewtwo very well, then they are not really very playable decks. But such is the way, right? It's any consolation, it's only for one set, and then it gets almost eclipsed by Darkrai straight away, so...
Now we have Darkrai in every deck.
Yeah, but at least that's not one-shotting everything every turn, right? To be fair, Mewtwo isn't either, it's only one-shotting other Mewtwo's. So, you know, that's the problem. Oh dear, we'll get into that next time though, because, yeah, clearly there's some bits to go on for it. But, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to show Thundurus off before at the very least, because this card is really good. It just, like, it doesn't look it, right, when you see, oh, Zekrom was in the previous set, and Zekrom just looks so much better, right? But this card is actually a lot stronger than it would first appear, right? Because...
Sky Arrow helps it a lot.
Yeah, Sky Arrow definitely helps, because it makes it easier to get into turn 1 to retreat out. But even outside of that, it's just like, yeah, you start with this a reasonable amount of the time, you put an energy down on it, and suddenly you're threatening a turn 2 80 damage, which is really hard for a lot of decks to deal with, right?
Sky Arrow also means it retreats out for free as well,
yep.
So you can...
Which we did see, yep. And
which is very good with wheels, because again, like, can I charge bench?
Yep. Yeah, that was the sort of midpoint turn in the game, going, well, I don't think I'm gonna get blown up for this, and even if I do, that's just more Dynamo to target stuff, right? And it's just, let's get another energy out of the deck, threaten another angle for attack, basically. And yeah, again, Zekrom was too valuable to do a Bolt Strike on that turn, and nothing else was really gonna take a KO on Darmanitan anyway, so it's like, I don't care.
It was kind of stuck there because to retreat again.
Yep. So yeah, even with Sky Arrow, that wouldn't have helped too much. You would have still had to have paid 1 to retreat, and you needed all the energy attaches you could on other stuff there. So yeah, Resource Wars. Go figure. Yeah, I also didn't think you were going to have that many catcher in here. Junkarm I expected quite a few of, but like I didn't think you were going to be playing more than like 2 catcher in here, really. It's so hard. Yeah, so hard to fit them into stage 2s. Yeah, stage 2 decks have a hard time fitting in too many catcher, basically. So that's the other thing I really liked about this sort of list, is that you can just go aggro with it and just be like, yeah, this deck can play 4 catcher and 4 Junkarm, deal with it, right? You know, your bench is not safe when I have Disaster Vaults and Hurricanes available to me.
Gen 5 really love powering up basic decks.
Yep. We didn't even see Prism Energy today for that aspect, but that's, you know, it is what it is, really. I would love to say that the game gets better, but it doesn't for quite a while in terms of Evo stuff, but that's not to say Evo decks are unplayable, per se, but you clearly have to work a lot harder for them than you do for something like this, right? And, Some people really like it, some people really, really don't. I think it's more just fatigue on my end for it at this point. But then again, you look at the modern format, and there's, I know it's VMAX and V-Star, so it's still multi-price stuff, but the basic decks aren't doing anything right now, really, are they? It's like, I guess Lost Box is a thing, but even that...
But Ray's its own setup, so it's not really a quote-unquote basic deck.
Yeah, it's playing a whole different minigame compared to the rest of the format, which is very interesting still. But yeah, it's most of the decks that have been played in the last like 3 or 4 formats are V-Star VMAX decks, and they technically are evolutions. Not that you would think it sometimes, but they technically are. So that depends whether you think that's healthier or not, to be honest.
I like basics where they have a catch them, and you have to actually build around the weakness to get the thing out. I like Regigigas, for example. Like, it has problems, but it's got clear power there.
Yeah. Like, I don't... It's interesting, when it comes to the exact ones that are being played here, like, Thundurus is clearly super aggro and definitely helps a lot there, but if it was only Thundurus, like, if this was Emerging Powers or something, I don't think this would have been that crazy, right? Like, you'd still play maybe one in the Zekrom deck or something, but it wouldn't have been that wild, because really this works with the evolution that can get the energy back, right? Yeah. I don't think this necessarily does it by itself.
Basic decks is an energy acceleration deck, and acceleration plus big basic with high cost is a classic. It's a
yeah. But yeah, it's when it's like one energy kill the opponent's entire board. It would be a bit stupid, obviously. But yeah, it's an interesting time for the stuff. We'll see how badly the EXs really do really mess everything up, I guess. So it depends what you end up thinking of it as we go. But I'm at least interested to see how it goes, and you know, this was the era. We're getting to the point where I started playing again, so...
I probably have more issues with the consistency engines around now, but that might just be more oopsie withdrawal.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's one of those things that, yeah, we have had for far too long. We have had, like, a Pokemon consistency that has just been overtuned for, you know, for real. And yeah, we'll see it again when Shaman EX comes in for sure, but again, that's not for quite a while. But even so, it's like that kind of thing ends up very much breaking the balance of the game as we go. But I think with Random Receiver coming back next set, that'll probably help a lot as well, being able to tailor stuff a bit more with that makes things a lot more consistent. Obviously, Sableye can be a great consistency tool with stuff as well. But yeah, I do understand what you mean, because our Pokemon search is better than it has been in almost all of the last 2 generations, when you have, you know, communication and now level ball, heavy ball as well. But you do have to...
Isn't it?
Sorry?
Ultra Ball's next set, isn't it?
Yeah, Ultra Ball is next set, so... get ready to discard even more. But
yeah, I can see that. I can see that pushing it over the edge just by itself, because then you just run a ton of Haunts and Junipers and Ultra Balls, and it just kind of works at that point.
Yep. But yeah, I've always I've as much as I've enjoyed having Uxie and stuff in format, I have basically always known, yeah, the card is busted, and it was limiting too much as well. I think there was a huge amount of time where there was basically no draw supporters, because they couldn't print draw supporters with Claydol and Uxie being available, right? Or it felt like that anyway. And I mean, we saw what happened when that restriction got lifted. I know Sableye had a lot to do with it as well, but the fact that you could play 4 Uxie in that deck and just draw your entire deck on turn 1 because of Uxie, yeah.
It needed a hard one per turn.
It certainly
did. Why didn't give one to Shaman? They should have known that was going to happen after Sabledonk.
Yep. But the thing is, the format when Shaman is available is just a lot more high-powered too, right? Like, I know we don't have Catcher specifically at that point, but we have so many other things that that end up, yeah, ruining a lot of the stuff that way. Incorrect, actually, Aragi. It was not Gen 8 for the hard ones per turn. The Dene GX did have a hard ones per turn on it as well. That was dump your hand and draw 6. But that was a hard once per turn as well. So Gen 7 actually did learn, if you will, when that basic came back in. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of chat on the stuff with it here. Sorry your stuff didn't get to set up quite as well, Sai. But I think
it's what it is.
Yeah, and I think some of it obviously does come down to this freaking reflipping over here. Every single turn it was, yeah, this isn't quite enough, I'm gonna reflip. And just instantly getting everything off of it. That was, I mean, it's called the victory Pokemon for a reason, I suppose. Oh, god damn. At least this was a more wholesome use of this than the Vanillux, though. That would have been the other thing I would have basically had to play if I didn't bring something like this. So at least it was more useful, more wholesome.
Because now that I'm putting my coin look towards Jank.
Hardly Jank.
Flips when. Doom Decree when. Ah dear. Anyway, yeah, I think that's more than enough for me on the stuff here. Don't know if you guys have got anything you want to say before.
No, I'm about one now. I got to start building up the deck for next format.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Saturday is same set, but with Mewtwo involved this time, and we'll see just how much of a difference that can make. I'm still like really not sure on the build for what I'd be looking at here, but I guess I'll just have to see what comes up with it. But the deck like skeleton, at least from Kenny Wisdom, has got 4 Charon in it, so that immediately raises alarm bells. But you know, we will see.
I was thinking Mewtwo Gardevoir.
I mean, you could.
I know one of you two is going to show up with a Gardevoir Gothitelle Mewtwo thing.
Yeah, I mean, I played
I wasn't sure about Gothitelle, but
if you want to include it, go for it. I played Gothitelle last round with the Gothitelle Reuniclus thing, so I'm kind of probably going to shy away from it, if I'm being honest. This is the one set where you could get away with trying to do something like that, though. Simply because, you know, Darkrai next set, right? Darkrai is notoriously good against Psychic types, who would have guessed? But, yeah, no, I mean, if you want to go for that, by all means go for it. That's different from what I was initially looking at, so...
Not sure what else you're doing with Gardevoir than the flip memes here.
Yeah, I don't think there is really anything else at the moment. There are basically no Psychic types in format. It's not even necessarily that there aren't any good ones, there are just pretty much no Psychic types in format.
At least at least
yeah.
Bioplume Mewtwo.
You say that. Anyway, I'm going to put the marker down here for the YouTube stuff. Thank you very much for watching on that end. Hopefully it's been interesting if you've managed to stick through probably like 15-20 minutes of just yammering on about our deck stuff here. But, you know, that's fine. That's just what we do. And, yeah, next time we do this, but with Mewtwo involved. And the Mewtwo wars are going to be fierce. Gonna need, if you don't have DC in your deck at that point, something is wrong with you.
DC for Mewtwo, let's go.
Yeah.